Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss on construction safety management, role of various parties. Now, the main objective of this lecture is to have a basic understanding of roles and responsibilities of various parties involved in construction safety management. Basically, it includes designers, employers, workers, and manufacturers or dealers. Now, prior to that, as we are talking about the construction safety management, so what is safety? What is our mindset to think of safety or the aspect of safety in construction industry? Is it just a state of being safe? Someone can say that it's a freedom from the risk or absence from danger. So safety is the state of being safe, freedom from danger, risk, injury, fatality, or simply we can say that it is the absence of danger. Now, what is the need for the construction safety? Now, it is possible to prevent accidents in the construction industry by adopting adequate safety measures both at the stage of planning as well as execution. Accidents can be attributed to inefficient working or negligence and poor construction management policies, lack of adequate control by various law enforcing agencies is also a major cause for accidents in this industry. There is a general feeling in our country that any expenses incurred on providing proper safety is a burden on the contractor. As a part of general practice adopted by the contractors, the factor of safety is totally ignored because this involves expenditure. Human life is not held very important by and large in our country, and this is reflected fully in the construction sector. Therefore, it becomes very necessary to think of construction safety. As few points are mentioned to justify the discussion. Point number 1 is related to the increase in accident rate. Now, on daily basis in newspaper, in media, through various modes, we are getting the number of accidents in the construction industry is increasing on daily basis. As we all know, the construction industry employing the largest labor force in the country has accounted for about 11% of total occupational injuries and 20% of all deaths resulting from occupational accidents. However, due to this rapid increase in accident, somewhere we have to think of. Now, apart from that, let us think of social concern of the safety of construction workers and their protection against injury arising out of their employment has been quite evident from a long term. Basically, the humanitarian concern when the accident happens, the resulting suffering of the injured workers and their families is difficult to quantify in economic terms. The contractor should never ignore if he has insurance against accidents. Then economic reasons, even if a contractor has insurance, he will find out that the cost of accidents will come out of his own pocket through an increase in increased premiums. In addition, there are other indirect costs that results from accidents. We know very well the direct and indirect cost of accidents can be categorized as direct cost. What do you mean by direct cost? Medical care expenses for the injured. It may include your workman compensation cost, no doubt insurance premiums, then facility repair and cleanup, replacement cost of equipment and material damaged in the accidents, fees for legal counseling and what not. These are the direct cost. Apart from that, indirect cost, slowdown in operations, decrease in morale which affects productivity, productive time lost by injured worker and fellow workers, administrative work associated with accidents, loss of clients, overtime necessitated by work slowdown. These are all indirect costing. Laws and regulations, as per different acts and laws, the employer should look after the safety of the employee. Violation of these laws will be subjected to punishment. Apart from that, last but not least, the organizational image. A good safety record can produce higher morale and productivity and stronger employee loyalty. It will also improve the company's public image and therefore make it easier to acquire negotiated jobs. So, these are all the basic points which are responsible to think of the safety in construction industry. Now, coming to the role of various parties. Number 1, designer. Through all these parties, it should be useful to spell out the role of designer towards the construction activities in terms of ensuring safety of persons and structures. Designers, here you can see due consideration towards safety of employees while at planning stage is to be given. That is, at the planning stage, the architects, engineers, designers, while designing, should give due consideration to the safety of the workers who will be subsequently employed in the erection of proposed structures. They should exercise proper care and not include anything in the design which would require the use of dangerous structural procedure and undue hazards. This could perhaps be avoided by proper modifications in design. The structural designer and architect should take into account the safety problems associated with the subsequent maintenance of the structures. According to them, special hazards are involved. Special care should be taken at the time of designing the structure, particularly in the case of tall buildings, to cater the cleaning of the windows on the outside. Next one is related with the employers. Employers should provide and maintain buildings, plants, equipments and work passages, and should organize the work in such a manner that workers are protected against risk of accidents while buying machinery. He should ensure that the specifications of equipment etc. conform to the various safety regulations. The employer should ensure that proper supervision is provided to workers to perform their work under the best conditions of safety. In case there is a group of persons doing a particular item of job, they should be supervised by a competent person who knows the safety requirement. They should not engage workers who have physical defects or mental disorders such as deafness, giddiness, bad sight, etc. There are some persons who will get giddiness at greater heights. They should not be employed on the tall structures. Proper instructions should be given to all the workers about the safety requirements. They should follow safety manuals, and no doubt formation of appropriate norms irrespective of proposed constructional activities. So, by which we can think of the aspect of safety in terms of employers, because it is very, very essential and important that whole and sole responsibility right from the proposed structure till its coverage, or in terms of the management aspect, it is very, very essential. Once again we can summarize it: formation of your safety manual for the company, for the organization, then safety coordinator, depute full-time, part-time safety coordinator, safety officers depending upon the size of the project, nature of the project. Then there should be an appropriate safety plan which must be prepared in accordance with the overall scope of the work: fabrication, erection, excavation, concreting, brickwork, finishing work, painting, blasting, non-destructive testing, site clearance and whatnot, along with the obligation chart, responsibility of the line functionaries and reporting of the line functionaries and reporting of the safety engineering functions. In that aspect, think of the safety committee, roles and responsibilities at various levels, project manager, safety committee members, site engineers, safety coordinators, first line supervisors, engineers, subcontractors. Later on, specific personal protective equipments, its availability, fulfillment of its requirement depending upon the task. Then let us think of general site safety rules. So all these things are to be taken with due care by the employers. No doubt, identification of high risk, hazardous operations in the site and their appropriate safety measures, including structural and equipment erection, excavation, concreting, pile driving, road works, precast erection, blasting, use, handling, storage of compressed gas cylinder, pressure testing, tunneling, etc. All these things, checklist and reports, site safety inspections, all these things are to be taken into the account and falls under the category of employer. Next to it is coming to the workers. Now, what will be the role of an employee or of worker? They should follow safety instructions. They should obviously investigate workplace where they are going for the work. They should apply their presence of mind. They must take good care of their own health. Means what? All the workers should do everything within their power to maintain their own safety and the safety of their co-workers. At the start of the work, the workers should inspect their workplaces and the equipment to be used by them and report any dangerous defect to their supervisor or any other competent person. They should use all safeguards and safety devices made available for their safety and not interfere with equipment for which they have not been duly authorized to operate or use. Workers should not be allowed to sleep or rest in dangerous places such as scaffolding, running machine or vehicle, heavy equipment or near fires and dangerous substances. They should not indulge in careless practices or actions which can endanger the lives of others. Workers should use personal protective equipment for their safety and make themselves conversant with the safety instructions. So it is what expected from the workers, because they are the major player whom are going for the erection of the structure, for the maintenance of the structure. Next to it is manufacturers or dealers. Now here you can see safety laws and regulations are to be followed, are to be taken into the accountability. Safe products are to be manufactured. Safety instructions should be given. If required, special instructions can also be given by the manufacturer. The manufacturers and the dealers of the equipment's items should ensure that the machineries, vehicles and other equipments used in the construction industry complies with the safety laws and regulations, and that these machines are as safe as possible. In case of toxic, corrosive explosives, inflammable liquids and other dangerous items, the manufacturers should ensure that these are sent to the user with adequate special instructions. At the end, through all these roles and responsibilities of various parties can ensure safety of persons and the structures. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you very much.